Okay. Now, when you're talking about robotic engineering, these are mechatronic engineers. They play crucial roles in the development of these robotic systems. Other things that we deal with under mechatronic engineering are robotic designs. You talk about healthcare systems. You have things like CT scanners and so on. All those are robotic in nature. So all those things are being designed using the mechatronic aspect. When you talk about, you will join maybe later also, after these 9 minutes. Control systems, we talk about developing of algorithms, systems that ensure that all the movements and interaction within the robotic components are efficient. You talk about sensor systems, sensor integrations. You see things like is the sensor machines that you always maybe put your hand, then it is able to detect something. Car engines like the V8 machines and so on, they have sensor integrated on them. So all those are mechatronic aspect of areas. Human robotic interactions. You talk about designing user-friendly interfaces and systems for effective collaboration between humans and robots. All those are being designed under mechatronics. Automation and control systems. Now, when talking about this one, you talk about industrial automations, you talk about process controls, you talk about programmable logic controllers like PLCs. Now, when you go to areas like TVET institutions, they have some machines that they use to control. Like when you go to EABL, we have those machines that move, the alcohol bottles from one end to another, because everything is controlled. Those control machines that move from one area to another, all those are being designed under mechatronic engineering. Instrumentation and data acquisitions. All these are being designed using the sensors and instruments. All that is covered under mechatronic engineering. When you talk about embedded systems and Internet of Things, all car engines today, they use what are called IoT, Internet of Things. Then embedded systems, things like fridges, things like microchips. You talk about these ovens, right? Microwaves. All of them are embedded systems, and they use IoT because the buttons that you are using to control everything, maybe to power on the microwave and so on, to make it cold, to make it hot. All those are IoT systems, and all of them are robotic in nature. So they are designed under mechatronic engineering. When you talk about data analysis and connectivity, all those things within the mechatronics things now, you talk about actuators, sensors, and communication modules that create IoT system to be interactive. When you are having these engines and you are clicking those buttons to do anything, those are control functions, and they are all designed under mechatronics. Through now the computer science aspect, in line now to add now to electrical and mechanical part. Product development and innovation, all of these are being designed within that. We talk about the mechanical, electrical, and software components. All these are designed under now the product development and innovation areas. You can be able to come up with something innovative, like maybe robotic or korobosta, or these hospital things. Yenye unaona siku hizi watu wanatengeneza for people to walk with, you see, they help people to do such kind of things. All those are robotic in nature. Unazitengeneza, if it is the armband or arm string systems, sensors that can help even those ones who cannot walk. All those are robotic in nature, okay? And they are all designed under mechanical the mechatronic areas. New product development, like participating in design and development of innovative products. I saw that you said that you like thinking beside or POVs, right? Thinking outside the box. Now, if you want now to be very innovative, you need to combine the aspect of software components, which is now the computer science area. Then you combine with now electrical and mechanical, then you be able now to design things that we can be able to use now to solve problems in the field. Product testing and validation. Sometimes your work is just in the company to test whether the systems are working very well, the way it is supposed to be. All that can be done through this mechanical aspect. Systems integration. Assume that all the systems have been integrated with other aspects like computing fields, so that now, like this transit things, this transist zenye zinasambaza the what are called petroleums. They are all connected with sensor things or sensor machines that you can be able to track where are they, if they have reached safe, how is the petroleum inside, is it about to be explosive and so on. So you can be able to look at all those. You look at also these sensor systems, you can be able to get them in the pipeline industry. You can be able to detect where is the leakage and so on. So all those are being under mechatronics. So they combine both mechanical and those electrical part to be able now to solve that. Now here I've given you that when you're pursuing this, you are dealing with strong skills that you'll be able to gain is, we need to know about that. Are you able to do mathematics questions? Now I can see you're good in maths, you are good in physics, which means that they can qualify you to be a good programmer, and then in problem solving, gaining hands-on experience through internships, projects, and research. Now, sometimes you can just be employed just as a project manager in the field of mechatronics because you are good in designing systems, implementation, and the whole process, what is called the process life cycle. So system development and establishment of any kind of projects. Now you can be given to maybe just to lead that area. Also remember here we are talking about research and development. You are a good researcher and you can be able to give companies with good research on a certain problem. Keeping up with technological aspect of or advancement or obtaining relevant certifications and so on. That's why after the completion of your course, you are supposed to register with the Engineering Board of Kenya so that you can be able to be recognized as a real engineer in the field. Then we also have this telecommunication and information technology course, which I've also picked for you within the course areas here. There's this electrical and telecommunication engineering. I've also picked for you telecommunication and information technology at Machakos University and so on, because I was looking at the cluster weights and what they want. So there's also ones for multimedia university. So I've picked some of them, like here, mechanical and manufacturing engineering at multimedia. We also have Bachelor of Science in mechanical engineering just at Jomo Kenyatta. So I've just placed them there so that you can be able now to pick the best out of them that now you think that now they suit you. I've picked this Bachelor of Science in Land, Resource and Planning and Management. You have seen that if you want to work with the Ministry of Lands and Surveying, then you need to know about this land resources planning and management. Also, a quantity surveyor can be able to work there. So I've given you this one. And also, I've also picked for you this Bachelor of Science in Land Administration so that you can be able to look at, are you good in, about lands? Anything about lands, then you can be able to advise the companies. You talk about landscaping and other things. You see, like now, when you are talking about urbanization, you need to be able to have knowledge about that. Then we have this construction management. This one now is now under building and construction related things. You can be able to work with Chinese companies in this construction of better housing, operation type of projects. That's where you can land in. I don't know if you're still around with me or you've left. So I've given you this quantity surveying. This one is now about estimation and setting up of the building construction. So you start with the quantity surveyor first. Also, you can also be better in lands if you are a quantity surveyor. I've picked for you this University of Nairobi. And now construction management. Construction management, you are dealing with building and construction. Assume like these engineers who are architectural engineers and other, they must be good in construction management. And under construction management, there are so many departments. We have a quantity surveyor. We have what is called an architectural designer. Architectural designer, they are the ones who design now the building itself and give you the drawing. Now, after the drawing has been designed and developed, who comes to the ground to interpret the drawing? The one who interprets the drawing is what is called now the quantity surveyor. The quantity surveyor will now interpret the drawing and then perform what is called the setting out. Now, ataanza sasa kuchora the design of the building from the ground. Then after the completing about the design, now architectural engineers now come now and inspect such kind of things now. Construction engineers now continue now with the establishment of all that are now required in that section. But remember now there is what is called also bill of quantities being designed. That is now in terms of projects and so on. And then now a good thing with now quantity surveyor also can fit into civil engineers because you are dealing with setting out, okay? Unatengeneza hizo, you do the measurements, you are good in using those telescopes. If you have seen these people besides the roads, wakiwa na hizi microscopes and other things, they are trying to measure, maybe to get the measurements of the road and so on, like the bends and other things. The same persons you work under the construction management under this building and construction projects. So you'll be able to work with the companies like the construction, the Kenya Constructions Board of Kenya. This kind of companies. Also Kenha. We also have these Kenya Highways Authorities and so on. Or you can also work with the Ministry of Lands and then the Ministry of Housing and Urbanization. All of you, quantity surveyor and construction manager can work there. This land administrator can work there because you are dealing with lands and surveying, land resources and planning. So hii ndio unaweza work with Survey of Kenya. You can work with also the Department of Land Surveyors in the country, then Ministry of Lands, all of that, upper hills. You can be able to work with such kind of areas. Also, if you are a quantity surveyor, you can establish your own what? Your own company called for quantity surveying. So that when people want to sell lands, when people want to sell some plots, they come for you. You are the ones which other ministries also use. Now in the county government, we find that these ministries are there under the county commissioners areas. So you'll find that we also have Ministry of Lands in the county government levels where you can be able to be absorbed directly to work there. When talking about Bachelor of Technology in Building Construction, now, hawa watu wote wenye wanafanya kwa hizi building areas, building fields, all of them. So I've given you this because I have seen that you meet all the qualifications in terms of, because they want like English C+ and above, mathematics C+ and above, and so on. So you meet all the qualifications. The cutoff points are the ones that sometimes might be lower a bit because you can see it is 35. 36, and then yours is 34. So because 2023, we don't know what is the cluster cut-off points with them, but I can see that you qualify for all you meet all the minimum requirements that they want. And then the value here that according to their cut-off points is also lower than what I expected. It's not about 40 and above. So that's why I've given you that you qualify there. So depending with now also your interest, now you'll be able now to select. Now there's Bachelor of Computer Science. Bachelor of Computer Science. Now here we talk about computer hardware and computer softwares and all related things with that. That is now what computer science deal with. There's computer science and IT. IT, you deal with the softwares and hardwares, but now related much with the business. Okay, that's why you can be able to fit in business intelligence areas. You can fit in banking areas, because also you do some courses related to business sector. You deal with e-commerce because you are able to design websites related to e-commerce or e-websites like Jumia, Alibaba, such kind of things, Amazon. Now with computer science, you decide yourself whether you want to major into software fields. Now with software fields, you can just be a developer, database administrations, and so on, network administration, and so on. Then there is networking, where you can decide to become a system administrator, network administrator, and so on. All those are good for you. So computer science is somehow you do less in relation to business. Unlike IT, you deal more of software and hardware, then relate more with how businesses operate. That's why you can find that most businesses, they want IT related guy who is good in IT, like digital advertisements and so on, social media advertisements and so on. So you'll find that now an IT guy fits in the business sector better than or more than the computer scientists. Computer scientists now become researchers. Then IT guys, if you have decided that now you go with software development, then you now just deal with development of softwares that relate to business. Things like communication, like customer relationship management systems. You talk about health management systems. You talk about maybe school management systems. Those are the things that you develop, because you have to come do the research in that field, then develop things that relate to that. If it is education, then you do research in education. What are the challenges that are there in the education? Then either computer scientist or IT scientist or computer or IT person can be able to design such kind of things. You can also decide to do Bachelor of Science in Software Engineering. But now you see, when you're doing computer science, in third year and fourth year, then you have now to major either in hardware or in software fields. But IT person, you do them completely. You don't have to major. You only do courses that relate to you. You deal with things like statistics. You deal things like calculus. You deal with things like physics and other related things. You deal with things related to business, so that you do like principles of marketing. You deal with finance and marketing units. You deal with the e-commerce, so that they make you being fit to the business sector. And that is now the differences you can be able to deal with. That's why I picked for you Bachelor of Science in Information Technology. There's Cooperative University, and then I've also selected for you Dedan Kimathi University of Technology. There's also JQuat. Remember, JQuat is the best in terms of, because when you're dealing with even agriculture, you have to deal with the technology. And graduates from JQuat are well versed. They are well marketable, because we know that they are the center of innovation. Think of anything, they are always smart. At least you get exposure because of the resources they have. They expose their students into thorough research. So the cluster weights, you can see, is at 4 point something. That's at Multimedia University, which means that you qualify, you'll fit into it. If it's at 4.607 and here it's at 4.402, and then you meet all the minimum requirements, you can easily qualify for it. I myself am a graduate in IT. That is what I did earlier before I did masters in data science, artificial intelligence, big data, and AI. That's what now I majored under the master's level. But you'll find that in undergraduate, I did Bachelor of Science in Information Technology. So I'm best. I can design anything related to business sector. I can be a digital marketing guy. I can be a database administrator. I can be a network administrator. So I can fit in anything as long as what now is my best strength. So I'm also a software developer. So I can be a freelancer to develop systems, to develop computer anything. I do research with others. You can ask Dr. Kingi. I work with her in so many fields. I've done a lot of research with them. I've guided them. I can design for them the graphic posters and other things because I'm fit into any fields. Yeah. And all that is business sector. So you choose now either Jomo Kenyatta, you choose either multimedia, or you choose to be University of Kabianga. But now this one is in Kericho. It's far from Nairobi. You say that you want areas that are closer to Nairobi. Then I've also picked for you Bachelor of Technology, Business Information Technology. BIS is now, or BIT is now more of business now. You see, now you are getting out of hardwares and softwares, but now you now do IT related now more in business sector. But I advise that if you want to advance to deal with things like artificial intelligence in the future, data analytics and so on, then pick either IT or computer science. That's what will make you best to fit into that. We also have, I picked for this University of Kabianga and so on. So we also have this Bachelor of Science in Computer Science in Catholic University. And I can see that you qualify based on cluster weights. But remember now, Catholic University, I lecture there, and you look at the fees, because I can see from your end now, they also show you the fee structure according to that university. So I can see that I picked for you here. Yes, it's a private university, but I can see that you are eligible for HELB loans only. Then you are not eligible for any other government provision. So that is now the challenges for you to qualify for private universities. So if you take like Catholic University, you are only entitled for HELB loan. But remember, the government is also facilitating you with other bursaries, with other loans that they give you, so that now maybe you only pay 4,000. So I advise that you become very critical and then only pick the public universities. And these public universities, they are here. I've given you one, University of Kabianga. There is Jomo Kenyatta here. There's Technical University of Kenya. You can see that, and so on. So you pick the course now based now on the areas. Also, in terms of their financing aspect that now they have right now. So you can see it also shows you that you are only eligible for HELB loan. So be very careful. If you pick the private university, there are other funding that the government is not going to give to you according to their new model that they just explained the other time. They are also still advising people on how it is going to work. Then I've also looked at the field of statistics and programming. Yes, we always have IT, Bachelor of IT and Bachelor of Computer Science, but also we also need people to work with areas like Kenya National Bureau of Statistics. We talk about Kenya Research Institute boards and so on. So we need people who are good in statistics. You see companies like TIFA, You look at companies like Sietka and so on. They deal with statistics, analysis of statistics, maybe national population and the census and so on. Those are done by KNBS. All of them are statistical areas. That's why I've given you statistics and programming. Every company also employs people like people who are good in analysis. So all that is in the aspect of statistics. Uh, yeah, so that is what I can tell you about that field. Statistics is all over. If you are an actuarial scientist, you are a statistics person. So all of them now in statistics, you can either fit into accountancy, you can either fit in actuarial science, you can either fit in mathematics, or you can be able to fit in what is called economics. And then you can also be able to fit into statistics field itself. So it's a vast area. So if you take statistics and programming, then you can be able to fit into all those areas. Then I also looked at you are good in mathematics, and then I decided also to give you like economics or statistics and economics. But also here, I've also given you the interior design, because you say that you like designing things, you are good in art and other things. So interior design under building and construction, we also have, after you've constructed the house, you need people to do the finalizing of that house. There are things like gypsum designs and so on. Those good designs, those good drawings, those good styling of the walls and other things, to add those kind of beautiful things. That is what you talk about now, interior design. And you can fit into either textile industry, like industries that deal with the design of clothes, design of shoes, design of what, because people look at what is the design. They are more of beauty. So they are looking at the beauty aspect of it. Now you can also fit into fashion and design. We have systems that you can be able to use to design fashions. So if it is a suit, you can just be able just to design for that company. Then the company now starts now to to implement now the design. So you can be able just to design the aspect and give it to them. And you see, designing itself only is more of money. So that is what you talk about. Interior design, I've talked about gypsum and all these. Come and could design the kitchen area, the you've seen buildings, how people have designed their buildings very well. Ukiingia ndani unaona there are some good structures. People have designed the wall very nice. It's very attractive. So those are the interior design. And I can see here that you qualify because the cutoff points are also low according to 2021, 2020. Now here yours is at 4.7 something. So if you want to be a good designer, so that you can work in these construction industries, wakishajenga nyumba, ni nyinyi mnakuja sasa kufanya the design ndani. Kama ni the roof hapa juu, unaweka the design like now the gypsum, those beautiful lights and so on. You are the interior designers. Now the same thing here. I've picked for you University of Nairobi. I've picked for you Maseno University for that interior design. Now you pick yourself, or you choose yourself the best area. There's also Kenyatta University. I've given you there. But now what they offer here at Kenyatta University is fashion design and marketing, which is not, which might not be that strong as just under interior design. Because under interior design, you can now decide yourself maybe to deal with construction area or deal with textile area. But now here, when you talk about marketing, now it depends with yourself. If you want to deal with also marketing aspect of it with your fashion and design, you've seen people doing these ones, kama hawa watu kama Vera Sticker, sometimes they come up with designs of clothes and so on. All that, you are a fashion designer, right? So you can decide maybe to go for this one, fashion design and marketing, so that now you do that fashion design, you can be a model, so that you use model now to market. So sometimes people look at these models, then they think that maybe they have not done something. They have done fashion. So they have to model in order to market the fashions that they have designed. Statistics and information technology. Now you deal with now statistics, then apply it with now computing part of it, or IT in it. So that is now what I've given you there, and it's there at Cooperative University, which is within Nairobi, there at Karen, just past Bogani areas. Then under University of Nairobi, I've given you about economics and statistics. People like David Ndii, people like we have best economists that we have in the country, like David Ndii. When you talk about Robert Kiyosaki and other guys who always advise countries on how to deal with economics, and then they apply now the statistics part of it now to help be government advisors and so on. So those are the economics and statistics guys in the business sector and other areas. So that is what is all about economics and statistics. I've given you here about Bachelor of Science in Actuarial Science. Remember, Actuarial Science came and it was overrated. Now, after people have done Actuarial Science, they languish so much, they don't have to get jobs simply because maybe they have not done what are called the professional papers. A very good companies that absorb actuarial scientists are insurance companies. All insurance companies take actuaries. Actuarial science deals with trying to look at evaluation and modeling of data. So and also statistics, and being trying to relate with accountancy, and then be advisors to companies. Companies like Zamara consultancies, companies like Deloitte, they provide like evaluation and advisory to companies, to other companies. Deloitte gives advisories to companies like KRA departments, to the country, and so on, because they are consultant companies. Now, for you to be good in that, then you need to be, after completing Bachelor of Science in Actuarial Science, you need to do professional papers like CT, Certified Actuaries papers. Or if you want now to major in accountancy, then you do CPA or CASNEM professional paper. Then you can easily be switching from being in the insurance then to the accounting area. So that is what actuarial science is all about. It was overrated before, but now people are facing a lot of problems because after completing just Bachelor of Science in Actuarial Science, it's hard for you to be absorbed. Unless you are good maybe in statistics, you are best in now, you've done that professional paper, then you can easily be absorbed now somewhere else. You can also be a data scientist, right? You will find that majority of those guys nowadays are now moving to do things like data science or data analytics. Now they are now subjected again now into programming, like now Python programming for data modeling and data analytics. Now that is now the thing that now you'll be subjected to in that area. Now I've given you here, there's the Dan Kimathi University, there's Jaramogi Oginga Odinga, Actuarial Science in Jomo Kenyatta. I've given you Actuarial Science in which other university? Now you need to pick. I've given you University of Kabianga because of the cluster weights, there are few, but this one is in Kericho, so you choose yourself where your people are close. Then also at multimedia, I picked for you multimedia because it's near Nairobi, and therefore you can see their class, the cutoff points for them. It was 31 point something, and yet yours is now 34. So you can be able to get into that and do actuarial science, so that now you can work with companies like these insurance companies or Zamara consultancy companies at Milimani there, opposite Kenyatta National Hospital. So these are the units that these are the courses that I picked for you. That is actuarial science, economics, economics and statistics, statistics and programming, computer science. I've given you information science, technology or IT. I've given for you quantity surveying or QS. And I've also explained to you areas where they are, building and construction. I've given for you land resource planning and management, and you can see you meet all the qualifications, land administration, so that you can work with the ministries of land and so on. You become, just good fit for that area. I've given you architectural studies or architecture, Bachelor of Science in Architecture, or Bachelor of Engineering in Architecture. So these ones I've said under building and construction, people who design the drawing, architectural drawings, those are now the ones that we talk about now, the architects. And an architect is well paid, a very well paid guy, because of the work they do. You know, they are the ones who carry the whole idea about that building. So when they give you that drawing, when they give you that advice on how you have to deal with it, then they know what they are. And in every building and construction industry, there must be an architect. That's why in that board, that billboard that is always erected, it must bear the name of the constructor, the name. Now, for you, and now under construction, Bachelor of Science, construction and building or construction management, you now become a constructor. So tendering and other things, you are now a constructor, you see? So in every building industry, you must have a constructor, you must have an architect, then you must have a civil engineer, all of them. Then you must have a QS. All of them must be there in that area. Building construction, you go to civil engineering area, you come to mechatronic areas and so on. Those guys must be there, okay? So that is the beauty of it. An architect is a well-paid guy in the construction industry. Well-paid guys. Then a QS is also well-paid, because now they deal with this bill of quantities, trying to do those measurements and so on. They are always the managers. Then constructors, now you are now the ones now to do now the tenderings and other things. Mechanical and manufacturing industries, I've said that every company or these industries, whether it's an agricultural industry, whether it is an alcohol industry, whether it is which industry, there must be a mechanical and manufacturing industries. So you become a mechanical engineer in terms of an overall engineer within that area. So telecommunication and information, I think I had already explained to you. Telecommunication and information technology, I've said that they deal with telecommunication and networking engineering. It focuses on the design, implementation, and management of telecommunication networks and systems. And here I've said that telecommunication and information technology graduates can pursue careers in design, implementation, maintenance, and telecommunication of networks. Companies like Airtel, Telcom, and Safaricom are the ones that will take you. Network planning and design, you are good in networking and so on. You can also become a network administrator, management. So here you can work like an IT guy, in such areas, so that you are able to deal with managing and maintaining telecommunication networks, including monitoring performance, troubleshooting issues, and implementing security measures within the systems, like cyber security and other things. You are the guys who deal with that. Also, you become an auditor. We have IT system auditors. When you do with companies with ISCO or CIA and so on, then you become a certified auditor in terms of IT systems. Telecommunication system integration. You can deal with the systems that deal with voice, data, and video to enable seamless communications. Then we have also network security, implementing security measures to protect telecommunication networks, all that. That is under that telecommunication and information technology, if you are dealing with telecommunication network engineering. Then you can deal with information systems management, which you deal with the IT project management, you deal with database administration, you deal with business intelligence and analytics systems, you deal with and when you're talking about business intelligence and analytic systems, you talk about utilizing data to analyze tools and techniques to extract meaningful insights and then give decisions. You also help companies to make decisions. You become a consultant to companies and so on. Information systems auditing, evaluating and assessing of security systems, compliance in terms of law, and also in terms of IT laws and other things, effectiveness of information systems within the organizations and so on. All those are the ones that you deal with. Then networking security and cyber security. If you are a telecommunication and IT guy, then you have the ability to deal with network security and cyber security. With the increasing importance of this, then nowadays you see like things like cyber security, people being bullied online, protection of data and so on. You can become an administrator in charge of that. Network security analyst, you become forensic. Like you can, when you go to DCI, mostly they have what is called forensic auditing areas or for forensic and data protection areas. Communication Authority of Kenya, you must have forensic guys, people who can be able to audit data and so on, and deal with the protection of data, all cyber security and so on. When you're dealing with the departments of data protection, then you also qualify to be in that field. Security architecture, design, then designing and implementing of secure networks, architectures, and systems to ensure confidentiality, integrity, and availability of data. Then you will be there. Company areas or organization like national intelligence security systems, then they take people like you, yes, who are telecommunication and information technology guys. Either the IT guy can work there, telecommunication and communication guy can work there, and so on. That's why IT and all these guys are computer scientists, they'll work with such kind of companies so well, so versant, because you've dealt with all those things. Ethical hacking and penetration and testing. If you want to be a hacker and so on, then those are the best fields for you. IT consulting and solution architecture, then those are the fields for you. IT consulting, you provide advisory services or give advices to companies or business companies like banking, that before maybe they source for any system, then they have to look for you, give them advice them on the best and most secured systems and so on. Yeah. So those are the things. Solution architecture, trying to design for them IT solutions, then give to them. Now from them, now they'll be able now to analyze and then become or choose now what to do. Cloud computing. You have seen that now most companies today are moving to what is called the cloud systems, whereby now we don't need now to deal with the what are called now standalone databases, but now we are moving with now saving data into cloud. Companies like Amazon, so we have what are called AWS type of cloud computing. You see Microsoft has what is called Microsoft Azure. Those are cloud computing architects. IoT deals with these cloud computing aspects, all of them. Blockchain type of technologies, they deal with this cloud computing. When you talk about company like Google Drive is a cloud computing aspect. Things like mobile apps, they use cloud computing databases for them to operate. Then artificial intelligence, AI, development of robotics and so on. Also, you'll be able to deal with that. And here I've also shown you that you must be good in programming, good in mathematics, good in critical thinking, being very innovative, you see. Then after that, now you do now the certification papers, or even just get absorbed like that. Platforms as a service, which is called PAS, software as a service, which is SaaS, infrastructure as a service, all those are cloud computing technologies. So that is what I had organized for you. Now, go deep into it now, understand what is there, what every field talks about, the way I've explained to you exhaustively. Then now choose now based now on the universities that now you want now to apply to. Electrical and electronic engineering, I've said that they deal with the power systems engineering, like power generation. They deal with the power transmission and distribution, now dealing with now Kenya Power. But you must know that Kenya Power deals with distribution, not production. Production is being dealt by KenGen and other companies that are there. Then power system protection, developing of system and devices to protect power networks and so on, identifying the faults and disruptions, like now these power distribution stations, all of that is now for you. Electronic engineering, now maybe you only deal with the design and development of electronic circuits, like these motherboards for HP companies, motherboards, like all these companies, like IT companies will also absorb you, like HP companies, Lenovo. You saw the other time the government launching HP companies and other things. Kuna hii ingine hapa iliwekwa about the Volkswagen kind of development of cars and so on. You will be there because you are developing circuits and circuit designs that make up the motherboards of all these. If it's microchips, you are the ones who are designing those microchips, those small things. Embedded systems, I've talked about systems like microwaves, like fridges, refrigerators, and so on. So all of that, you are the ones dealing with them. Analog and digital electronics, printed circuit boards or PCBs, and so on. Communication industries, you can also fit into a communication industry through what is called now telecommunication systems, development of solar systems, developments of mobile networks, satellite system establishment, fiber optics networking. Then I talked about establishment of these boosters and satellites. So you are a good electrical and electronic engineer. Networking planning and optimization. Companies like Ketraco, you see, who deals with now the transmission of networks. Zote, they'll absorb you. IPRA, companies like IPRA and so on, you'll fit there, right? Wireless and RF engineers like Bluetooth, radar systems, Bluetooth and so on. Things like speed governors, like you see the ones in the cars and these buses, all of them, they are mechanical and electrical and electronic engineers. You design such kind of things. And also the mechatronic guy. I've given you that mechatronic is now a vast guy and is a new guy in the market. Every company wants to buy your idea. So these guys are very marketable today. So if you complete with that mechatronics, you can easily be absorbed to work. Control systems engineers and so on. So this one is now industrial automation, designing of control systems, robotic and mechatronic systems, and so on. So those are the things that you need to know. You can also become a project engineer and then a research engineer, just for helping solve problems. So that is all about career guidance. And I hope that for those students who are applying for KUCCPS courses and so on, and you want to dwell into these key areas, and you are also looking for vast ideas or career guidance, please reach to us. That is EMCI Hub Technology Company, and then we shall be able to give you guidance, give you clear career guidance, and then be able to help you achieve the best career that you want. We can give you deep career and also help you to do the applications through the KUCCPS portal, and also guide you on the finance model that they have now, so that we can help you get secured. Even if you are applying for a course, then you also get a good institution that can also help you nurture your career. So under building and construction, I talked about that under this area, I've explained about these guys who work there and so on. So I've said that under building and constructions, you deal with engineering principles, creativity, problem solving, and so on. And the areas or the people who are here are building and construction engineers. They deal with construction management, they deal with structural engineering, they deal with building and civil or service engineering. Then we also have the QT, quantity surveying, estimating project costs, preparing tender documents, managing tracts, and controlling projects. Assume that now you want now just to start just your consultancy firm. Then the best area to deal with is building and construction field. Structural engineering, they design and analyze structural components of buildings like foundation, beams, columns, and so on. They are the ones who are designed that. Building services and engineering, they design installing systems for electrical, plumbing, heating, ventilation, and air conditioning areas. So all of it is what you'll be studying inside it. Construction management, overseeing the construction projects, coordinating resources, managing all the budgets and schedules, ensuring there is compliance with the regulatory authorities like NEMA, like NCA, and so on. So all of that is you. So you'll be good in that. Architectural engineering is also part of building and construction. So architectural engineering, you deal with designing, creating innovative building designs, considering factors such as space utilization, aesthetics, structural integrity, and then environmental impact. An architectural engineer is the one who designed for you the whole building the way it has to look like. They'll also be able also to guide for you that this building can be able to stand in this kind of soil. You see, like a building like skyscrapers, the ones who are designing such kind of skyscrapers designs, like you are seeing, like maybe Nairobi towers, like the ones that you are seeing, like pension towers, times towers, all these ones, the DTO or this other building, tall buildings. You talk about Old Mutual towers, you talk about Britam towers, those kind of styles. You look at skyscrapers that are there at Dubai. To design such kind of things, they are being designed by architectural engineers. So you become such kind of a specialist to design such kind. Sustainable designs, you talk about incorporating energy efficiency and environmental friendly practices into building designs, building information modeling, and utilizing the digital tools and softwares to create 3D models, simulated building performance, and optical. So here, you are able to use Archicad, AutoCAD, and so on. Okay, Blue Prism systems and so on, interior design and architectural design softwares and so on. Those are the ones that you'll be able to use. You can also be able to design things like bottles and so on. All those are architectural engineers. Interior design engineers. All these guys are under construction. You remember, this is building and construction. So all these guys are sub guys inside that. So interior design, it focuses on creating functional and visually appealing interior spaces. So you have an interior design, which deals with the planning and designing of interior spaces, selecting of colors, schemes, materials, furnishings, and lighting to create appealing and functional environment within your house. Any house has an interior design. You must have. The interior design comes to do the finalizing of now your house, now to design it well, deal with the plumbers and so on, help them to fit things well. They design your drawings within the walls so that when you look at it, you addition of gypsum and so on. These are interior design. Space planning, they help you to do the planning in your house. Anakuambia hapa ndio utaweka the light. Here is where you'll put the sitting room. This is where you'll put the dining room. This is where you'll put the living room. This is a master bedroom and so on. How do you design your master bedroom? He tells you this is where you'll put your bed. This is where you'll put your desk. This is where you'll put your TV and so on. So they are the ones to help you manage the space well, the interior designers. Environmental designs. Now these ones now, they will help you now deal with now the natural lighting, ventilation in your house. So akwambie sasa, this is where you put the door, here is the window, you can put the ventilation to look like this and so on. Furniture designs, they help you now to create custom furniture spaces and so on, and also furniture pieces. All this textile industry, they'll take you as an entire, as even and from even building and construction industry and so on. So after the completion, you will need to register with professional certification bodies like NCA, like NEMA. You must have it. You must register with the Engineering Society of Kenya and so on. So that you can be able to help people design buildings and so on. So that is under building and construction. So I hope I've now exhausted for you and for this area. Now choose yourself based on the fields that I've picked for you under KUCCPS portal here, and then be able to now decide on the best that now you have made now as a selection. Now, after you've picked the courses, I know they must be 4 or 5. Then also pick now the best universities of your choice. I've guided you here. And then you look at the cluster weights and cluster points that you qualify well. But all that I've picked for you here, you can see all of them. They tell you you meet all the minimum requirements and so on. So thank you. And I'll be able to get back from you. And please, now for all those other people who wish to grow in career areas, I would like to tell you that we welcome you to a company called EMCI Hub Technology Services, where we offer a lot of intense guidance in terms of career growth and other things. So here I can just be able to just show you just what our prospectus look like. So this is the EMCI Hub Technology company. So our website, you just search for emcihubtech.business.site, and you'll be able to get linked with us. We are located at iHub, Centu Plaza iHub. And you see, we deal with the IT consultancy, we deal with career guidance, we deal with software development, mobile apps, full stack development, and so on. We also deal with advanced graphics and UI and design. Also that interior design, we have people who can be able to help you with computer-aided designs, such as now the ones that now you use under mechanical, electronic, building and construction design systems, animations and other things. Digital advertisements. We also deal with the development of proficiency skills under computer engineering and other things. We also have these certified papers in autism certification in mental health and so on, cognitive certification and so on, students' mental health, applied behavior analysis, cognitive certification, autism certification. This is now under health sector. And we have several courses that we offer. So please join us. You can be able to join us or contact us through the phone number 0705 45 18 18 then 53. 0705 45 18 53. And we'll be able to get to know about all these courses. We also have with international certification from IBCCES, which deals with now autism, cognitive, mental health, and behavior. Once you connect with us, then we can be able to link you with this certification body, then be able to pay. And then if you use our promo code called EMCI10, then you'll be able to get reduced cost in terms of payments. You can see their charges here. So all that. We also deal with data analytics and data engineering. So if your company needs to be helped in terms of data analytics and then be able to be given in terms of statistics, being given advices on your growth and so on. We also deal with corporate trainings. And now under these corporate trainings, that's where we have career guidance. We guide students in terms of career growth. We guide people in terms of growth, in terms of businesses. So we offer all that consultancy areas. We also provide on-call IT support services. If your company maybe has less qualified guys in terms of IT skills and you need to be helped, and also to try to guide and also advise you on the acquisition of the best IT services that you need, please contact us and get the services. Coding and data analytics, participation in hackathons and the computer engineering coding or IT coding competitions. We offer such to institutions like companies. We offer that also to institutions like universities and colleges, so that you advance your students in terms of coding skills and trying to analyze problems from different fields. Because our problems, we assemble problems from different fields. Others are banking, marketing areas. We go to health area. We go to education sector. We get all the problems that are there. Then we come up with now a hackathon competition, whereby now we give you a problem. Then we need you to apply the IT skills and the design skills to come up with how you can be able to solve such kind of problem. That is what we deal with under hackathons and boot camps. You don't need just to produce just graduates who cannot be able to analyze problems and then be able to solve them. So that is what we design them. And this is all about hands-in skills things. Under web and software development, we have Laravel, .NET, WordPress, AngularJS, and so on, advanced systems that companies need. That is what we offer. So here we can give you guidance on how you can be able, and also our mode of study programs. We offer both online and physical. So just contact us and be able to get in touch with us. And also we have direct people who will be able to, we talk about career mentors. We have vast career mentors who will be able to talk to you, guide you through also the courses and benefits. And here you can see we are talking about objectives of our mentorship programs. We help you grow to be the health IT developing company, help in pandemic and problem solving, to be leading IT consultancy and career growth, equip corporates and students with understanding of tools and ethical in terms of for your growth, to be a hub of modeling future leaders in producing highly skilled personnel for leading companies, hence reduction of immoral thoughts, drug abuse and drug addiction in the youths, and also be able to know what is your career path that you have decided to choose, and then be able to grow there. Every youth and woman deserves a chance to actively participate in tech development and data science development and be able to grow in different fields. We have so many things. So we have benefits of mentors to both mentors and mentees and so on. Responsibilities of the mentors. So if you also want to become a mentor with us, you can join us so that we grow together. We do corporate trainings and mentorship to different companies. You have direct contact with us so that you can be able to grow very well. We also have other leading programs that we might give you and offer you. Our big guys or mentors, they work with the different areas and different capacities. Others are lecturers, others are tech industries heads. Like this one is a senior software engineer. Like this one is a data engineer and data analyst. They deal with data analysis and so on. Here is Sister Kingi and Dr. Petronila Mtinda Kingi, who is also the university dealing with research head at the University of Nairobi, Department of Education and Administration and Planning. And she's also one of our mentors. So please be free and share with us. You will not, we will not let you down, and will grow in career. So you also have our mentor profiles, so you can be able to know who we are. And you see, like for me, I'm a certified, I've done data science, AI, business analytics, and big data. We have certifications in IT project management, system security and hacking, cloud computing, planning, monitoring and evaluation, gender monitoring and evaluation. When we talk about sex and gender-based violence and things, we also try to come up with innovations to curb that. CCNA, with certified network associate and so on. So that is me. For mentorship and other things, you can be able to search this website, esmsdevelopers.wordpress.com, and then be able to connect with us. Use the contact page, then be able to send us a contact message. Or if you want the email, then you can be able to email us through. You can email at ceo.emcihubtechlimited@yahoo.com or info.emcihubtechlimited or hubtechltd@gmail.com. Or also get us through WhatsApp, this number 0769 25 73 65 or 0705 45 18 53, and then we shall be able to help you in WhatsApp. Or get us in the Twitter, EMCI Hub Tech Limited. Go to our website, to our Facebook page, EMCI Hub Technology Limited. Go to our YouTube page channel called EMCI Hub Technology Limited, or you can get us under LinkedIn at EMCI Hub Technology Limited, and then be able to grow. When you are beginning afresh in the field, remember, insights from someone on the inside can help you get head started. And that's why we have the mentors and the mentorship programs. First of all, we mentor you before you make the selection of our programs, and then be able to grow. So thank you so much and welcome so much to us. That is EMCI Hub Technology Services. You can get us at emcihubtech.business.site, and then be able to get our profile well elaborated. So thank you so much, and may God bless you in your career and your career guidance. I hope I've helped someone. And if I've not touched your area of specialization that you want to choose with KUCCPS, please get to us through those contacts that I've given. Contact us, and then we shall be able to discuss the charges, or even sometimes we can go extra and even give you free services based on what you want. So thank you so much, and may God bless you. Have a blessed time. Thank you.